The information, comments, and recommendations contained herein are not within the scope of investment consultancy. Investment advisory service is provided within the framework of the investment advisory service to be signed between the customer and beekeeping institutions, per education companies, non-deposit accepting banks. My comments on this channel are only my personal comments. These comments belong to you. Your financial situation and risk return may not be appropriate. Therefore, no investment should be made based on the information and comments on my channel.
Good evening to everyone. We will have a good week this week. Do not be pessimistic. There is a calm course in the markets. On Thursday, both the European Central Bank and the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey will follow the interest rate decisions from the European Central Bank. The Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey will probably make an interest rate cut of 25 basis points. The Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey will not make a change in the interest rates. My general expectation is in this direction, but the question will be asked more frequently whether the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey will cut the interest rate by the end of the year. It will be a week, and since we are a market week, the meeting minutes of the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey EE, the minutes and texts shared with the public will be more decisive here. In our roadmap, there may be 2 interest rate cuts from June to today, especially in the last quarter of the year. 2,250,250 in total, 500 basis points. We are waiting for an interest rate cut, and our agenda continues to be this way. Maybe it could happen once. Because foreign investors or companies state that the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey will start interest rate cuts in January, and they say these statements with the reported global markets. Well, as you know, foreigners are not because they know more, but because they know more. Since they have received a commitment, their expectations are more likely to come true. But considering the current economic conditions in Turkey and the market's expectations, I guess that at least one interest rate reduction process may be done by the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey, and we will continue to maintain our interest rate reduction expectations until the end of the year. We continue. Of course, the interest policy of the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey is also important here for investors who keep their money in deposit interest. That is, those who keep their money in deposit interest exit and turn to an investment instrument or choose different instruments to protect themselves. Gold is among the most preferred instruments at the moment. We observe that it is at the forefront. In other words, yacht investors leaving deposits generally prefer gold. There was a value increase of 4.1% in August and 3.1% in September. On the gold side, there is already a return of around 48% on an annual basis, and these increases continue to set a new record every month. Therefore, when investors who leave money for deposit interest or have deposit returns compare their returns compared to gold, they show that the return of gold is higher through numerical values. Well, probably the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey will complete the year with an interest rate cut at the end of this year, but the market in general optimistic. We are currently observing that there is no move that will disrupt the markets, both in the global markets, on the geopolitical tension side, and in the domestic markets. Treasury Minister of Finance, Mr. Shimshek, made a statement on a television channel today. In these statements, especially those whose credit card limits are over 100,000 liras, will receive a one-time payment of 750 TL. He gave the following answer to the questions about the cuts. He underlined that the money coming from here will definitely not enter the budget and will definitely go to the defense industry. Again, he talked about the steel dome. As the government, they will allocate a serious budget to the defense industry for Turkey's self-defense mechanism in a war environment against the risks. Selik announced that it will definitely be built in this budget. He also pointed out at some point that there is a need for money on this side. However, I mentioned the issue. Well, the amount of 750 lira on this credit card, which has a limit of 100,000, may not mean much for the upper income group, but I stated that the application is wrong. Well, look, there may be alternatives like this. 750 TL to the credit card user once a year. Look, 50 TL a year does not touch much. That is a separate issue. So you cannot be poor with 750 TL, but while there are different options among the options, allocate it from those who have a credit card limit of 100,000 TL. Instead of attacking those who attack with sticks and stones outside, just because they are being animals, the state, as an animal trainer, would earn more income if it took 100,000 liras from that person. If it fined 20,000 liras or 30,000 liras from those who parked cars haphazardly on the pavements, it would earn more income. These perverts who torture animals, children, and women are perverted. Instead of just taking them and putting them in prison, they will also be punished for a certain amount of their assets. If this animal pays a serious price just for committing this punishment, he will earn more economic income. The types of people who swear and insult everyone on social media. If the animals were fined 250,000 L instead of 25,000 L, the state would undoubtedly earn more revenue. Again, if serious sanctions and serious penalties were imposed on those who commit fraud on the food side, it would generate more revenue. In other words, the state's source of income is so large that only decent people can afford it just because their credit card limit is high, or because he is traveling abroad, or because he uses a watch that exceeds the wage of 20,000 lira. See, do you see these? We take from the rich and give it to the poor. I personally do not agree with the idea that the state can earn more income from animals that are more human-like than the animals that disturb the peace of the society and disturb the society. And if it implements this, it will generate great income. That's why I would like to reiterate that I think this is a wrong practice. We are always on the side of our state. We will always do whatever our state orders. Our state will say today that we need this much on this issue. We need the support of the state. We do this naturally. We have seen a lot of disasters, epidemics, etc., and the citizens have already done what is necessary. The society is already like this, but the application and communication must be different. The evidence of communication must be different, not by waving fingers or limiting it. As I said, people who do not deserve it are getting more income from serious amounts in return for the punishment they deserve. Anyone can be a motorist. He is robbing. He is purse snatching. He is thieving. He is cheating. He leaves the place with his hands free. He is a bullet mafia. Go and count them as the spoils of the state rather than your property. At least you will have disciplined them, but the square is so empty that they come across you. Why did you look sideways? Why did you make a picture of me in traffic? Mentally ill people who have no place in society, well, they beat their fathers in front of little children. They beat their mothers, curses, insults. That's what you'll get from these. Whatever Turkey needs, you'll meet it from them. Whatever income you need. This is how you will discipline them, and also economically. You will have to pay him for this job, otherwise your citizen here has a limit of 100,000 liras. Sir, you are rich. You wear a watch that costs more than 20,000 liras. That's why I think he should reconsider his communication channels or sources of income. The Borsa Istanbul index is at the level of 8,838 points. Our hours are 14.30. There is a rise of 1.62%. We call this reaction reception. We do not call it a rise or a bull market. We are close to the bottom levels in the Borsa Istanbul 100 index. I will continue to see the numbers below the 99,000 point level as a buying opportunity. The 9,200 point level is the resistance level. In upward movements, the 9,400 and 9,600 point levels will not be a surprise. For example, a friend of ours with 1 million TL who wants to enter the stock market, shares companies on the stock exchange, wants to enter the corporate sector and wants to distribute his risks, has 5 different offers. I personally think that it is a place where investors who want to buy a share of 20 to 20,000 liras from the company, who have not entered the stock market yet, or who are waiting for an opportunity to enter the stock market, or who have new TL in their hands, should go. Do not be afraid of the stock market. Yes, there are declines, there are technical corrections, and these technical corrections are without it, the rises would not be healthy anyway. It is the investment market that provides the most profit after the stock market in the medium and long term. It is an investment tool. Therefore, it is necessary to evaluate it. But for the last 3 weeks, we have been putting agricultural commodities and the stock market side by side with our companions and making a choice. Agricultural commodities or the stock market. The answer we have been giving for 3 weeks is the same agricultural commodities, and therefore, since we are making preparations for 2025 in the last quarter of the year, I personally think you should be aware of the agricultural concessions again. The dollar exchange rate continues to maintain its strong stance at 34L26 Kurush. The dollar is also strong in the international market this week, not only in Turkey, but the dollar index is 103. There is a possibility of an increase above the level up to 1350. It tried today and came back again, but we will follow the dollar index at the support level of 10,250 and then $10,210. What does this mean? Well, when the dollar index rose very aggressively, all assets against the dollar lost very sharp value. For example, the euro-euro dollar parity is currently at the level of 1.09, but during the day it dropped to the level of 1.0884 and lost value. What did we expect in the dollar index again? The investor who buys euro at the 0.885 level or converts his dollar to euro is lucky. We will continue to follow the 10 resistance again. I have a dollar in my hand. How can I evaluate this? This week's special. Only this week's euro is cheap compared to other instruments. If you have a dollar in your hand, you can use the euro tailor. Should I buy gold at $2,650 per ounce? Should I buy euros? My choice is for euros. Because our expectation for the $2,580 level on the ounce gold side continues. We can try $2,580 below, $2,680 above, $2,670. There is no problem. But I do not expect the rises to be permanent. Since we have taken a position in the dollar, my silent wait here before September 18th continues. We have been making it happen for a month now, but if you pay attention, there has been no movement with that enthusiasm. It made an enthusiasm of around 1680. It got stuck there and fell to the level of $2,605 in downward movements. Currently, it is at the level of $2,652. Unless the level of $2,580 is seen, we say that we do not plan to enter. We prefer to wait and watch on the sidelines. Gram gold continues to follow ounce gold in the domestic markets. Currently, gram gold is at the 2026 to 2040 lira level. There is no change in the band we follow in the gram gold TL price. Yes, I already made a warning last week and I shared this with you in my video on Friday last week. 2000. Sorry, it fell to the level of 315 lira. Where did the gram gold drop from 3.100 lira to 3.15 lira? A warning from my social media accounts on the gram gold side, which went from 3.100 lira level to 3.15 lira level. I did it. Your capital is ready. It has never been easier to spend 000T. Multiply the money and keep your profit. Become a member of BitLo now and step into the cryptocurrency world with advantages. Let your era begin. You know, there was a gram of gold rising up to 3,100 liras. Today, it is 315 L. It decreased to the level of percent. You can make your purchase. So, what would be the remaining percent? 3,000, 2,009, 180%, 25%, 25% would finish this job by purchasing in 2 stages. I'm afraid. I'm worried. I have a gold debt. Look, this is a different thing. I have a gold debt. You're in debt, and you have the money ready. Do you have 3,000 L? 3040 I will buy L. I will put it aside. If I have debt, do not risk it. Because my money is ready, 3040 L, 3080 L is at a middle level and therefore I will buy it. Pay off my debt as soon as possible and have peace of mind. Because the geopolitical tensions in the Middle East continue again, and I am preparing the month of December for you. Because December we are waiting for the perfect storm that will mix with the markets in the month of 2020. We named it the perfect storm, and you will see very clearly what I mean in December. First, this flood will come from America, then we will feel it in the domestic markets. There are also special things that I cannot say, that I do not want to say, that I cannot say, regarding AV Kaya. That is different. But I am preparing you for December. After all, you will take your precautions, you will stay in your property, you will be debt-free in December, and you need to have survived the elections in America on November 5th. Will it be Kamala? Will it be Trump? What does it matter to me? I will look at the part that will come to Turkey. I look at the interaction in the domestic markets. In the end, nothing changes. Every leader's wishes and desires regarding Turkey will be the same. They will say publicly that they want this and that. The part of which Turkey will give and under what conditions is more important to me, but America is going through the riskiest and most painful election in its history. Assassination attempts, resignations. We have watched many scenarios together, such as withdrawals from presidential candidates. The world is actually going through a very interesting process. That's why, while we are preparing for December, from now on it will not be a bit more tabloid. It will be like this. It will be like that. We will stand on our own feet. We will prepare for December firmly, and we will complete this work completely by the end of this month. By the end of this month, no one will have any property. I'm sorry. No one will be left out. Everyone will have their property. They will wait quietly until March, whether they want to wait or not. We will carry out operations from time to time. Because our operation is more enjoyable compared to the operations in the financial markets. Separately, but if our friends who are a little less financially literate don't know anything or don't understand anything, there's only one thing they have to do. Buy your gold. Watch the market silently. Keep minding your business. Look at the amount, not the price. Don't play jumping. Should I get into this? Should I get into that? Should I play the stock market? It is an investment market, not a gaming market. If you buy and sell in the market with the mindset of playing, there has been a serious increase in suicide cases in the last few months, especially in the last 2 months. The most favorite reason for suicide has been the stock market. Previously, the stock market is out of fashion in cryptocurrencies. Those who play cash, those who make credit transactions, those who commit suicide are on the brink of suicide. Those who returned, those who went bankrupt, those who divorced, those who closed their businesses, those who went bankrupt are many. I know all the numbers of this, so I'm telling you because I know. We will wait for December in a quality and quiet way without playing or jumping. The ounce price of silver is at $3.14. I have stated that I will follow the $30 to $32 range. This place continues to stand at 3803050 support levels. I have dollars in my hand. I don't have any silver. I would buy it again. The champion of 2024. Silver is 37L, $37. We continue to wait. The price per gram of silver is 34L, 34 Kurush. The dollar is breaking the exchange rate a little more. The decline is below. There is a support level of 3,350. We continue. I have ounces of silver in my hand. I have silver. Should I sell? No, but I will buy a house. I will buy a car. I need cash. I have gold and silver. I have foreign currency, which should be the priority. Let's talk about the minimum amount today. I need around 4 million cash. Yes, I have assets in my basket. Which one should be the priority? If I have dollars and euros, convert them to TL first. If you have 2 gold coins, leave the silver last. That would be my preference. The decline in oil prices continues. There is a 1.6% depreciation at the $74 level. It is not reflected in the pump prices. The increases are reflected as a price hike, and the decreases are reflected with a delay. We continue to follow the $75,880 range. I do not expect the declines to remain healthy. There are profit sales at the $65.4 to $75 level. If it had closed for 2 nights above the level of $5,500, it would have been at the level of $66,500. However, since the profit sales came earlier, there is a strong possibility that the sales will accelerate. Again, a decision was made. The 6-month work permits of qualified foreign workers have been extended to 3 years. For your information, our friends who employ foreign workers in their workplaces or homes, he needs to know that this 6-month work permit has been extended to 3 years. They may confront him later. After 6 months, my time has expired. I'm leaving. It's a lie. The period has been extended to 3 years. My time is over. I need to extend it. I need this much money. It's a lie. It has been extended to 3 years. And for your information, there is a foreign worker at work. Those who employ foreign workers need to know that our friends who employ foreign workers in their homes have been increased from 6 months to 3 years. Dear friends, it is a quiet week in general. I already commented on this aspect in my message yesterday and Sunday night. We will start a nice, quiet, and peaceful week on Thursday, both at the Republic of Turkey Center. The bank and the European Central Bank have interest rate decisions, but the silence continues to be maintained. There is no storm right now. Stormy days will come. There will be rain. I will get wet, but it is a good week right now. Let's continue to enjoy it. First of all, I would like to greet you, your family, and your children. I wish you a good evening. If you have any questions, you can contact me via x.com in the description section. We can have consultations. I would like to buy and sell the platform again to our friends who will buy gold and silver. Our friends who are not members of the platform and have delayed becoming members are at a loss. Gold and silver buying and selling spreads in the bank are 100 lira. Lira. It is a shame. It is a sin. You can buy and sell directly from the Tatakali market at the bazaar price for 724,365 days on a platform. Plus, can you convert these assets into physical assets from nearly 400 ADN points? Will there be a new good news about physical delivery soon? Secondly, especially if ladies want to order bracelets, Gram Gold is also available. They can order bracelets via credit card in 3 installments, and they can have the bracelet there. If we have friends who think that they do not have cash for weddings, engagements, etc., they need to buy it in installments with a credit card. They can also order bracelets in grams of gold. No, in my opinion, continue to take advantage of these opportunities. Dear friends, bye-bye.